Hi, this is my first YouTube video. This is Dave. I'm going to show you how to remove the watch bands and how to replace the watch bands on a Casio Pathfinder PAW1100. There's a video out there for the Casio 1200, but the way the bands are connected to the watch are totally different and doesn't work. As you can see, you're going to need a pair of small pliers, needle nose pliers. You're going to need a jeweler's screwdriver that you're going to use this to poke. And I used a tabletop vice grip or bench vice. As you can see, it sucks down on the bottom on a smooth surface, and then you can hold the watch steady within the jaws of the vice grip. Now, there's really not a whole lot to this, surprisingly, but even my jeweler couldn't figure out how to do it. In the first place, if you look on the side of the watch, I'm going to try to show you there, you'll see the metal band that goes across the top. Okay, on the sides of that metal band, you'll see two little tiny holes. I don't know if you can see it there, but you know, there's the two holes there. There's two on the other side. Okay, each of those holes is actually a watch pin. So what you got to do in order to get the band off is to put your pry tool underneath here and pry this up carefully, because it's going to have gunk in it, it's going to be sticky. Pry this up carefully until this band pops off, and it may fly across the room. Okay, the important thing is you don't want to lose the watch pins. Now, after this band comes off, the rubber underneath the band is going to be dirty, so you want to clean that up. Take the watch pins out, clean those up, put them in a plastic bag so you don't lose them. Retrieve your metal pin. Okay, I'm going to call this the head pin for lack of a better term. Once you do that, these pins will just slide all the way through these holes because that rubber will not retain the pins. So you just push the pins through, pop the old watch band off. Okay, clean that up, and then the process is just reversed. You're gonna put the watch band in. You're gonna slide the pins in. One pin, actually, you won't even see it inside because it goes on the other side of the rubber dock there, and you'll see it. So the watch pin goes through to the one side, and then the watch pin that actually holds the band on is the one closest to the edge of the band. That goes through. Your band will be secure. Now, what do we have to do? We have to secure the watch pins so they don't fall out. You take this metal piece, okay, the head piece here, and you're going to lay it back down over the top, and you're going to carefully pry again and slide the watch. Well, you're not going to have to pry. You're just going to slide the watch pins in through those holes until they're flush with the metal. Okay, once you do that, you go on the other side, and you're going to take your little screwdriver, and you're going to gently pry this up, and you're going to push down at the same time until the watch pins actually self-actuate and go through the hole. You may have to push the watch pin in a little bit, but not much. And the trick here is you're going to have to do both watch pins a little bit at a time until they're both recessed enough to fit underneath this metal plate. Once they do that, you just push down and the watch pins will clip into place and you'll be done. So the hardest part about this is cleaning and prying off the this metal plate, this head plate here. And this is true on both sides, okay? So I got the watch bracelet for, I think it was 15 bucks. I took it to a watchmaker and they couldn't figure out how to get it off. I called, or I emailed Casio, and their response was send the watch in for service, which I thought, well, why would I do that? It's just these things. So that's how you do it, okay? Once you do it, just be sure that everything's secure, that you can see the head of the watch pin not protruding, but even with the head plate on both sides. Okay, that's important because otherwise the head plate will pop off on you. You may not notice it, and the watch pins will fall out, and then you'll lose your band, you'll lose your watch. So be sure that the head pins on the watch pins are all the way through and they're flush with the metal head bracket here, head plate. Okay, and that's the whole deal. All right. Hopefully this helped you out. It'll help the next person out that's got an expensive Pathfinder. Take care. God bless, guys.